All right, here we go. So I'll start us off. Thank you guys so much first off for getting on. It's Wednesday night team training. I'm excited because we got a girl on that's been with, well, a woman, that's been with us now for a while, almost as long as me and Rusty. So it feels good to, be able to speak to some of the veterans in the game and be able to still feel you guys to hear their stories, because you probably haven't heard Heather's story. She's someone that was actually on stage the same time I was when we had showed off our weight loss results at conference on stage. So you may notice her from her before and after pictures from there. But I'm excited because I wanted her on here to speak to you guys, because not only has she been in a while, but to have people been in a while and still have passion and still have the excitement for the business, that's something that a lot of you guys need to see and understand. And understand that it's been ups and downs for us all, but the thing is, you continue to fight and you get back up. And as you can see, she'll tell you, but she's enjoying herself right now. So I'm like, this is perfect, because you out here, enjoying yourself with your family, and you get to write this off because this is business happening right now. So I want to bring Heather on because not only is she kicking butt, but she's already qualified for her first round of Christmas cash, which is the 3,500. She's a great, great queen when it comes to sample cash. She's knocking that out. Made a comma last month in that. Gosh, it's just so much. So, guys, have your notes ready to listen and take some notes, because she definitely has a lot to offer, and I hope you guys can keep up with it. If not, just watch the recording back, because I want her to be able to get it all in for y'all. So, Heather, over there on the West Coast, just tell us a tad about you, because we know our stories now are long. They're not, short versions anymore, but just tell us about you, and then Rusty will take it over with you.
Perfect. Oh my gosh, you guys, what an honor to be on here tonight. I have to say, I have been in the business since 2013, and, I am at Disneyland, and, part of me was like, I need to unplug this whole trip. And then I was like, but I'm really obsessed with my business right now. And I'll tell you guys all about that in a second. But as soon as Carissa asked me to be on this Zoom, I looked at my husband and I said, babe, Rusty Lackey and his team want me on a Zoom. And he literally almost crashed the car. I swear. He looked at me and goes, what? I said, yeah, I'm all, but it's while we're at Disneyland. He goes, okay. He's like, you can go back to the room. You know what I mean? It was like a non-negotiable. I just have to say, Rusty, it is an honor to be on here with you and your team. I don't know if you know this or not, but I joined in 2013, and I was enrolled by Renda, who used to be Renda Pais. Now she's Renda Emick. That is my personally enrolled upline. And she has always spoke great things about Rusty and his integrity. And she just always spoke about you. And there was one time back, I'd say about 7 years ago, she made a phone call to you with me sitting there next to her. And it's just I think that was one of the moments that solidified that I was going to be a lifer in this business, because there's so much integrity. And to be on here tonight, it is just such an honor. But yeah, so I started this business, you guys, in 2013. I was actually blitzed. How long? Drop in the chat if you guys know what a blitz is. How many of you have been around so long that you know what a blitz is? I was blitzed in the parking lot of a Britney Spears concert, you guys, by Renda Emick. And she walked up to me and she asked me, have you ever tried that crazy rap thing? Have you guys been going back through messages, those of you that have been around that long, and looking and being like, oh my God, I remember sending those messages to everybody on Facebook. And she gave me her card, and I followed her on Facebook that night, and I watched her for 2 years. She had just joined, you guys. She had just signed up, and about 2 years in, she's about to promote to presidential and about to earn that $50,000 good bonus that we had back then. That's what drew me in, you guys. I love that we, I know we have to use the income disclosure statement like never before. Like, we have to use that. But we got away from posting about bonuses and the income. because we were kind of scared. Like, I don't want to get in trouble. But you guys, that's what drew me in. And not even for the business. Get this, you guys, when she posted that she was about to earn a $50,000 bonus, I thought these products must work. There's no way this chick who's a single mom of two working in a hair salon on every government assistance possible before she started this business, there's no way she's making a $50,000 bonus if these products didn't work. So that was my, like, her posting about the bonus is what got me to try the product. So it's funny because we think about posting about these bonuses and the business opportunity is only going to draw in people that want to join the business. You guys, I was absolutely no way, hands down, going to join this business. I was working 2 full-time management jobs. I was a full-time manager at Old Navy, getting ready to go for a promotion. You guys, I wanted to be district manager. I wanted that, and I was going for it. I was also a catering and marketing manager at a restaurant. So you guys, I don't know, drop in the chat how long you've been in, because I'm curious, because there's a lot of people that are fairly new that are like, I don't know if I have time for this. And there's even people that have been in for a long time that are still thinking, maybe I don't have time for this. You guys, I worked from 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. At Old Navy, and I had an hour lunch, and then I went to the restaurant and I worked from about 2 o'clock till 6 or 8 p.m. I was also a mom of 2. At the time they were 3 and 5. Now they are 12 and 14. They've seen their mom in this business almost their whole lives, but I wanted to be district manager. And I didn't think, I was so excited. I knew I had to sacrifice my time with my kids though. I knew that I was never going to see them. And I just thought that was we didn't have a choice, right? I mean, you have to have 2 full-time incomes in a household, especially here in California. If you guys don't know what it is to live here, it's ridiculous. But I knew I had to have a job. My husband had to have a job. And I just never thought there was anything else out there. When Brenda came to my house, we did a wrap party. She put a wrap on me, and I told her right when she walked through the door, I'm like, don't try to get me to sign up. I'm too busy. By the time she left, about an hour in, I saw how much it cost to join. The investment was so amazing. There were no sales quotas, contract fees, cancellation fees. I thought, worst case scenario, I can text message my website to all my friends and family. If they order, then that money will go towards me trying the products. If they don't, they don't. I went into this with 0 expectation, you guys. And, you know, I learned very quickly that this product sells itself. I learned that we have something for everyone, no matter their age, no matter male, female. I knew that we had something for everyone, and I was excited. I was that literal ignorance on fire. I talked about it everywhere. I didn't even have an Instagram when I started. I barely had a Facebook. I will tell you guys right now, I promoted to Ruby in about 2 months, all from the contacts in my phone, all from my phone. So why did we get away from that? Let's think about that real quick. Okay, when your newbies join, why don't we have them just get in their contacts on their phone? Why does it have to be these crazy, amazing posts on Facebook? Why does it have to be they got to learn TikTok right away? Okay, I'm not saying not do that, because that, yes, it's great. And I'll tell you guys why it's great. But what happened to good old text messaging? What about picking up a phone in your contacts in your phone? And that's where I went Ruby. I went diamond in 6 months, using Facebook and my contacts in my phone, promoted to double diamond in a year and triple diamond in 2 years. And Carissa, that's like my story so far, you know what I mean? The beginning of the story, and then we're going to kind of go into the rest.
All right, so that so far is already been an amazing part, and it brings me back, of course, to those years. Yes, we were walking up to people with Blitz cards asking, "Have you tried this crazy rap thing?" Ooh, flashbacks. I mean, but you know, it worked. It worked a long time. So you know, getting our sexy back and all of that.
Oh yeah.
So, debt free is the new sexy, all of
Yep.
that stuff. Got all the shirts still. So let's move on to talk a little bit about the journey. Triple diamond fast like me, I think I've hit it in 3 years. So you hit it fast too. Between now and then, of course, we've all been through our ups and downs. What still have you here 8 years was 2013, 8 years later?
Yeah, 8 years, almost 9. February will be 9 years. You guys, what has me here? Okay, so I'm very big. I tell my newbies, and if any of my newbies are on here tonight, I'm so excited you're on here. But I said, no matter what you're doing, if you hear me or someone on a Zoom or on anything, if they say, if I knew then what I know now, stop what you're doing and write it down and listen and take it hard, like take it to heart. I learned, number one, I got to events. Okay. Yes, we're not in person a lot right now, especially us in California. That's why what we're doing right now is an event. What we're doing right now is a call. What we're doing, like, show up, you guys, because I went to what we used to call 121 mission. I was brand new. I literally went by myself and I sat in the back. Oh, my laptop's doing something funny. Sorry, let me turn this off. I sat in the back of the room by myself and I heard a person go up and tell me that somebody blitzed her in a Walmart. She was stocking shelves, and somebody handed her a card and she joined the business. And I think like a year later, she was a diamond and didn't have to work that second job stocking shelves. And I was just like, wait, what? Like, if you guys have not heard of borrowed belief yet, and like, that's what started this for me. Is like, I loved the stories. I loved hearing what could happen if. The other side of this, you guys, is I just showed up. I asked questions. When my ambassador at the time had told me, if it takes you 10 years to make $1 million, would you stick with this for 10 years? And I was like, heck yeah, because even if I got the position of a district manager with Old Navy, I was not going to make $1 million in 10 years, right? So I was just, you guys, very early on, I showed up as much as I could, and I just caught the vision. And if you guys haven't caught the vision yet, yeah, if you're new, you guys, your ignorance on fire. You're just going and you have no idea what's happening. Just go with it. Go with it. Go with it. You know, and we do have our ups and downs. You guys, I went for a huge presidential push back in 2015 and I didn't get it. But let me tell you what, that paycheck the month after I pushed and didn't get it was my biggest paycheck of my career, and it works. And so I can sit back and dwell, and that's what I had done for a long time, was look back at what I didn't do instead of still looking back in that gratitude of having that $11,000 check when I didn't get the promotion. It's like, come on, like, you know what I mean? So it's like you get a taste of that and you're like, what else is there? What else can we do? So you guys, I'm a lifer, and you know, in a little bit I'll tell you guys about like where I thought about not quitting, because this girl's never quitting. You guys will see me 70, 80 years old in this business. Like, I ain't going nowhere, but I started to question myself, and I'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay. So if you guys have not borrowed belief from someone, it's time to. Ignorance on fire, definitely a key to utilize all that knowledge that you learn. Do not leave it on ice. Utilize everything you learn, because there is going to be a ton she's going to show you guys tonight. I'm telling you, I'm in chats with her, with people that she gives simple stuff to, that come back like, oh my gosh, I made this, and this. Thank you. So she definitely has tips that work, and it's super simple and easy. So let's go over one to give them a little piece of something. Maybe they're not engaged yet. Maybe they're not understanding. We're able to earn something called sample cash, where all you have to do is go to your sample app and you can send out samples. There are 3 packs of either sleepy tea or coffee, or if you have products on hand, like maybe everyone does because you're using them, you can utilize that method and have even more products available to utilize for samples. So she has been able to do that, and do that very well. And she does it a different way than a lot of people do it, but it's brilliant and it's genius. So if you can go over that with them real quick.
Yeah. And you guys, don't you worry. I'm going to go over some things. And if Carissa doesn't have my boards yet, I will make sure she has that. So you guys are going to have all of these scripts and messages. But before I even start telling you guys some of those, I encourage you guys to be yourself. Okay. And I feel like a lot of people will copy and paste and they don't even read what they put. They heard it works. They heard, oh, she made that much money. Okay, copy paste. And it's like, you didn't even read it. And people are going, that's when people ask if you've been hacked. Do you notice that? People ask if you've been hacked when they're going, what did she ask me? If you don't say, hey girl, don't say, hey girl. If you don't say, I hope all is well, don't say, I hope all is well. Like, be yourself. So before I even tell you guys anything, you guys must read what you're about to send and make it your own. Now, don't change it. If it's not fixed, don't break it. Or if it's not broken, don't fix it. Okay. But just make it yourself, make it your own. So I will tell you guys, I have decided, okay, I'm going to listen to what the rich people are doing. The rich people are our ambassadors. The rich people are our black diamonds. The rich people are the ones that have been in this business for 10 plus years, and they are not quitting. They're not giving up. How many of you would get a tip from someone and you love it and you're like, oh, I could do that, and you do it for like 2 or 3 days, and then you take 3 days off, and then you do it for 1 day, and then you take 5 days off, and then you do another 1 day, and then you take 7 days off, and all of a sudden it's the last day of the month, you're like, oh shoot, I meant to do this every day, but I only did it like 5 times. Okay, that was my work ethic for a very long time. And it wasn't because I didn't believe I couldn't do it. It's that we get in our heads that there's always tomorrow. Okay, if you worked this business every day like it was the last day of the month, what would your check look like? And that's what I decided to do in September. So I decided, because I heard some other leaders were doing it, that I was going to send 30 messages to people in the morning and 30 messages at night. And I did that because I wanted to prove that you really can be successful in this business working about an hour to 2 hours a day. And our method was to send out your 30 messages before you start your day, kids, job, life, whatever it is. Send out 30 messages, put your phone down, charger, silent, whatever, and go be a mom, go to your job, go do what you got to do. Okay, go anything. My husband's in this business too. He does the same thing with me, and he's like, okay, I'm going to put my phone down, and then I'm going to go. He's a substitute teacher because he wants to, because he can, right? So he does that. And then the thought process is you come back in the afternoon and then you get to reply to these people. Okay. And then at night, you send out 30 more messages before you go to bed. You put your phone down and go to sleep. We're not telling you to be on your phone for 8 hours a day. If you're on your phone for 8 hours a day and you're not making ambassador money, then you are working harder, not smarter. And that's what I realized. So what I did, you guys, is I started sending out messages, not only for host to post. Okay. But at the end, after I asked them if they would post for me, I'd say, also, I'm selling trial packs of some of my products. You can try, I personally do a skinny wrap for 30, and I do all the coffees, all the teas, and I actually am doing 3 for 25 because they upped the price on shipping. It used to be $1 something to mail out. Now it's $4 something to mail out. So I went 3 for 25 or 6 for 40. And you guys, you wouldn't believe how many people were either like, oh, I'll do both for you. And I sent this message, you guys, I'm teaching all of my newbies to do it through their contacts and their phone first before Facebook. Okay, go back to that method. Go and do your contacts in your phone and then go to Facebook. And then, so if you're in your Facebook Messenger, you start with your friends and you go A through Z. If you have a lot of friends on Facebook, like for me, you guys, I'm into a month and a half of doing this, and I'm only on G. Okay, a month and a half, and I'm only on G. If you don't have a lot of friends on Facebook, you might get through all of it in 3 days, but that's when we're going to teach you to grow your network. So anyways, my point is, you guys, people were either wanting to just buy a sample and not post for me, or they were wanting to do both. If you catch my drift, and I ended up earning $1,950 in sample cash in September. $1,950 in sample cash in September. And if you don't believe me, my Venmo is public. So go ahead and start scrolling, and you'll see a lot of teacups and a lot of coffee cups. Just saying.
I like that. And like she just said, check her Venmo. I mean, that shows even more, because now your team is able to see that you're doing what you say. You know, it ain't just
Yeah.
words. They're able to see it, and hopefully people get inspired from it. Like, to me, that's inspiring to see Venmo, people earning money and stuff like that. So, whew, I mean, I already have a piece of the script, guys, but when I get the whole boards, then I'll send that over to you. But I'll put that first piece in there because I do have that. I'm knowledge on ice right now. I did finally scroll up and get it when I seen everybody talking about it, and I meant to get it, but I just got it today. So I scrolled up and got it. All right. So I want to go over as well. So you're basically mailing them out yourself. You're not doing the you're doing mix and match type of packages basically.
Well, I'll do both. So if they want sleepy tea, it comes from my app. If they want skinny brew, it comes from my app. If they want detox tea, or I'm sorry, skinny tea or cold brew or skinny wraps, I will mail those out myself.
Gotcha. Okay. And then that's where, of course, it helps out with the with the shipping. Yeah, it did go up. I didn't realize. You're right. It did go up
It
when
did.
I didn't
Woo.
realize a lot more. Okay, so guys, I hope that answered your questions in reference to the sample cash. I'll put it in the comments when we go while we're going over the next state. But so now they announced about Christmas cash, and this came out in September. What was your thoughts on that, just in
Oh my
general? Here,
gosh, you guys, what were your thoughts on it? Like, drop some, like, just one word, like in the chat right now while I'm about to tell you, like, what were your thoughts? And if you guys, and if it was a negative thought of self-doubt, that's okay. You can let it out right now. Let's do a little brain dump. If you were excited, drop it. If you were nervous, if you were fearful, if you were all in, like, all of those feelings, you guys, is okay. Because let me tell you what happened, you guys. In August, I had my rock bottom in this business. Okay. I realized towards the end of August, I was definitely needing to deal with some mental health that I didn't know I had going on. I am a very firm believer in God, and I thought if I just prayed every day, I would fix my funk, I would fix my rut, and then it wasn't fixed. And I wasn't doubting God, but it opened my eyes to going, okay, something else is wrong. So I'm here to tell you guys it's okay. I'm here to tell you guys if you are in a place of negativity in yourself, self-doubt, all the things, rut, funk, fear, all of them, it is okay. But if you are in that and you've been in it for way too long, it might be time to really evaluate and go, maybe I need to talk to someone. And that's what I had to do. And it's okay. It doesn't mean you're weak. It does not mean you're weak. So it's okay to deal with some mental health. I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't have anxiety, so I don't have mental health. It's not just anxiety, it's depression. It's a lot. And we all have valid reasons in the last year and a half of why we could be feeling certain ways that we never felt before. So I dealt with those mental health issues. And it was weird, you guys, because it was like perfect timing. It's perfect timing because just when I felt finally like, okay, Heather, you got to come out of this. I told my husband that I no longer wanted a team. Not that I didn't want the team I had. I didn't want a new team. I said all my new people are quitting before they start. All my new people that are doing great, they ghost me, they fall off. Some of my people that I never thought would leave are leaving. My runners are not running. I was like, I think I'm done. I'm just going to roll loyal customers forever. That's all I'm going to do from now on. And my husband looked at me and he said, who are you? What is going on? And that's when I realized something was up. So I got the help that I needed to get, you guys. And about 2 days later is when they dropped 4 and 1. And I will tell you guys something. It was literally like, that was, to me, I had so much faith in God. And I feel like that was God, like rewarding me. Like, see, I told you something was coming. I told you that you need to get the help you need to get, and then I'm going to give this to you. And I feel like that's what he did. You guys, I had not enrolled a single distributor since May. I enrolled one distributor in May, none in June, none in July, none in August. And once I got my mind right and I got the help that I needed to get, and I felt like myself again, I enrolled 6 distributors in September. 6. And it did not come from a place of desperation. Like I did not enroll a single person because I was feeling desperate and that I needed them. And it was like, instead I wanted them and I wanted to be myself. And I was making my coffee with my crazy hair in the morning and not feeling like, I mean, who makes their coffee as a woman and does their hair and makeup first? Not a single woman does that unless they got ready for work and then made their coffee and left. Like no man gets up and makes sure he shaves his face and does everything he needs to do and then goes and makes his coffee. Most people get up and go make their coffee. So I had to stop just trying to be someone else. I just was starting to be myself again. And so the 4 and 1 came in, it blew up for me. I was so pumped and so excited. I wasn't desperate. You guys, desperation and excitement are 2 different things. Desperation comes from a place of doubt for me. Like you are so desperate and you're like begging people because you really don't believe in yourself. Okay. And that's when you go for scripts and you don't read them It's like, I'm so desperate. I'm just going to send all these scripts that everyone says that's working. I'm not going to read them. I'm just going to send them to 30 people. And then you sit back and go, nobody answered. Okay, well, it doesn't work for me. It's like, no, you just need to let go. Okay, and be yourself. So that's what I did. Let go, be myself. You guys, I got my 4-in-1. Yesterday, I am here at Disneyland. You guys, yesterday I completed my 5th 4-in-1 while at Disneyland, waiting in line for these dang rides that are taking forever because there's no fast passes anymore, which is, I didn't know that. I made $50 in sample cash. I got up 10 host to post because that's now my non-negotiable is 10 host to post a day. And you guys, I told my kids, let me tell you this too. Back when I got out of my funk and starting September 1st, I said, Mom's back, guys. Mom's all in. And they were so excited for me. And I looked at them and I said, here's the plan. If you let Mom go all in, because she hasn't been all in a long time. I said, listen to this. I know one brings tears into my eyes, you guys. And if you guys have seen my post on Facebook, you saw it. But I told my kids on September 1st, if Mom makes $3,000 by October 10th, I would take them to Disneyland and to the Oogie Boogie Bash party. Okay. That's the Halloween party here. And I said it and I kind of went, I shouldn't have said that because now every day they're going, how close are we? How close are we? How close are we? How close are we? But it pumped me up. It got me excited. And you guys know that with sample cash and my weekly fast starts because of this 4-in-1, I made exactly $3,100 in sample cash and weekly fast start bonuses. Now, hear me out, you guys. That is not commission. That is not triple diamond commission. Okay. That is cash and weekly bonuses. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Okay. Drop your ranks in the chat right now. What rank are you? Because what I'm about to tell you guys, or what I did just tell you guys, is that no matter your rank, you can make $3,000 in 1 month if you make a choice to go all in. And my all in, you guys, is not 8 hours on my phone. My all in is making sure I send out my 30 messages in the morning and my 30 messages at night, getting 10 hosts to post up a day, and working in between when I can. While I'm taking my kids to school, I get there 30 minutes early and I work my business. I do all my host to post follow-up then. I check my inbox, I clear my inbox, I send my birthday messages. It's those times, 30 minutes before school or before they get out of school. And then when my daughter goes to dance or my son goes to football, I sit in the parking lot and I do that before I leave. You guys, we can make this work. If I can make $3,000, you guys, in cash and bonuses in 1 month, there is not one single one of you that cannot do it. Every single one of you are capable. Every single one. So, yeah.
I was writing in the chat because that's like, I mean, you're working smarter, not harder, like you just said. And it's just putting those non-negotiables there and realizing this is something you got to do every day. And if it takes getting up and leaving out 30 minutes early because this is what you need to do, or staying put for a couple minutes to get this done. I mean, how long does it really take anybody to send happy birthday messages or to message 30 people? How long do it really take you to do that? How long does it really take you to do your KPIs every day? Like,
exactly.
Really sit.
And you know what, Carissa, real quick, I think she's on here. I want to shout out my sideline sister, Double Diamond, Gina McLaughlin. We started working together every morning at 8 a.m. my time. And we got to the point where we're like, no, we are going to set a timer. And we are really going to send out 30 messages right now and see how long it takes. And we did it for like 2 or 3 days. And it legit took about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. So 30 messages. If you are, yes, you guys, those are copy and paste. You change their name. Okay. If it says, hey girl, and you're sending it to a male, you got to take out the hey girl. I've done that before. And they're like, I'm not a girl, I'm a man. I'm like, oh, there you have it. You guys, 15 minutes to send out 30 messages. Okay. 15 minutes to send out 30 messages in the morning, 15 messages to send out 30 messages at night. That's literally 30 minutes. And if you took another 30 minutes to just do some follow-up here and there, I'm telling you guys, you can make $3,000 a month if you are working with intention. Okay. Income producing activity for an hour to 2 hours a day, you can make $3,000 in sample cash and bonuses. And I'm not joking. We proved it. We proved it.
I love that. And I love that you're able to, hear from people that's been with the company for a while, that's been through the ups and downs, that, like she said, she hasn't enrolled any distributors since May, and then just getting back to it again in September. So it's not like she's coming on here saying, I enroll 50 distributors a month and this is what's working. She found something that works now for her and has mastered it where she's able to make this happen. And if you need to do that same thing, which is getting out and get those goals accomplished and telling other people your goals, because that brought me back to when I went triple. I told my kids, if I go triple, we're going to Disney World. And they helped me accountable every day. And I got triple done that month. And we went to Disney, and that whole $10,000, almost $11,000 check was all spent at Disney.
It can be done. Oh. Let me tell you. I don't want to look at my bank account right now.
But the key part of this is not how much you spent at Disney. The key part is they will hold you accountable. So if you put those goals out there, and definitely to kids, Lord knows they're going to stay on you. So if you put those goals out there, be bold enough to put them out there, and don't be upset at the fact that now your goals is getting pushed back in your face every day to keep you reminded. But if that's what you got to do for that to happen, then that's what you need to do, because that's the only way you're going to be ready to go to the next level if you're really all in, like you say. I mean, if you're all in, put it in the chat and say you're all in. If you're really all in, put it in the chat and say you're all in. And then I'll just text all your kids. I'll tell all your kids that you say.
I'm gonna tell all your kids. I love it. I love it.
I'm gonna text your animals too. I'm gonna tell them you in too. Text your animals.
All of them. Somebody asked me a question here about, like, am I turning any of these people into LCs? And I wanted to tell you guys something. I am the worst with imposter syndrome, and I don't even realize it, but looking back at myself, holy moly. Like, if couple things, you guys, and I want you guys to know that I'm coming to you very real, okay? And not that the rich people don't, not that the ambassadors don't, okay? But if I heard one more time that it was all about mindset and to get your mind right, I literally was about to throw my computer, because I was like, yeah, you think it's mindset? Now what happens when I can't fix my mindset, And then if I heard about one more book, oh, well, this book, and I'm like, I'm reading all the books. How many of you guys feel that way? Like, I get on the Zooms, I watch this YouTube video, I read the book, my mind's still not right. You guys, I know how you feel. Because that was me, you guys. And then I personally had to realize that it was mental health, that I could not get my mind right. So if that's you, maybe that's you. But there is something where it's a light switch. It's literally like you make a decision. And those people that say that, they're not lying, because I just made a decision. So for LCs, you guys, this is my method. Okay. So you're going to get, I think somebody actually, posted the message that I send, but the initiation message, you guys, is the 30 people get a good morning. Okay. I'm not sure if you're interested, but I'm doing a giveaway. You know the spiel, blah, 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 blah. All you have to do is post for me, blah, 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 blah. Then I send them I'm selling trial packs of some of my products. I give them what I have, and I say, would you be interested in posting for me or purchasing a trial pack? And I leave it in a question mark. Everybody that says a trial pack, you guys, they get options. Are you ready? They get options, and they get 3. Now, I told you guys, I raised my prices. You don't have to, but I do 3 for 25 or 6 for 40, ... Or you can become my VIP loyal customer and get 15 for 49 or 30 for 69. Now, this is if they're wanting the coffee or the teas. Which would you like to do? Okay. I'd say if I send out 5 of those messages, at least one wants to do the loyal customer. Okay. What's great though, you guys, and this comes back from old school me, like 2013, when people wanted a wrap and you said, do you want to try it for 25? Do you want to try it for free? Or do you want 4 for 59? Remember that? So you guys, how come we're not giving people options? When somebody wants a trial pack, why do they not even know that there's a loyal customer option? Okay. Once they say they want to do the loyal customer option, you guys, then before you finish the order, how much X amount of dollars more you can become a distributor and sell this with me. Okay. It's all about options. So you guys, I want you to start telling yourself that before you press send, what options did you give? Say it to yourself. Before you press send, did I give them an option? Okay. Did I just tell them the price or did I give them an option? Okay. So give them options. You guys, going back to kind of where I was saying about watching ambassadors and these people and imposter syndrome. I love this because we have gone from back in the day where steps to success was, what was it? 3 and 4. And then they changed it to 3 and 6. And then all of a sudden these ambassadors and these amazing people who are amazing are like, I got 55 LCs this month. I enrolled 22 DDs this month. I got 186 LCs this month. And you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. Like I barely completed steps to success. And here we are hearing from all of these amazing people that are mass enrolling and you're not. So you're thinking you're less than. Do you guys know that I completed a full cycle and earned my Christmas cash bonus? Okay, with enrolling 15 loyal customers. And I did get 6 distributors, but only 3 of them got their 4-in-1 at the time. Okay, so I got $5,000 in Christmas cash that's coming to me by getting 6 distributors, but I only needed 3. So let's just say 3 distributors and 15 loyal customers. Now that is a lot. Some of you guys might even be going, 15's a lot. I've never done that before. Okay, but at the end of the day, we don't have to mass enroll to get Christmas cash. We do not have to mass enroll to hit Ruby and to hit Diamond. We just have to teach duplication. Okay, and we have to teach our DTs to be coachable, and we have to be with them. We have to communicate with them, build relationships with them 30, 60, 90 days. Okay, so I want you guys, if you heard anything from tonight, it's knowing that you can be successful in this business without being a mass enroller. You can be successful in this business by getting 1 distributor and 4 LCs. And then you just teach your distributor to do the same. And then you just do it again. So.
Rusty, I know you over there boiling with a bunch of stuff to say, so I'll let you go.
Wow. Took some notes here. I like it when you said you unplugged and you're just ready to go back old school. Emotions of people has not changed. You're thinking you're trying to find a better way and your way, man, easier way. Easy success is not easy. I don't care what you say. And so if you're trying to find the latest, greatest, whatever you want to do to be the mass enroller, that is a very small percentage. And by the way, that creates inflation. We've already determined that. That's why we got 4-in-1. And with the 4-in-1, that will make you wealthy. Now, what I understand is you're a developer. I've been here longer than everybody. I'm a developer. I'm not a mass enroller. I've had months I do very well with customers and reps, but I want to take back and start developing. But I've always been old school. And you can tell me whatever you want to, but the people I know around the world as CEOs of major companies, big bankers, big insurance people, they're all smiling and dialing. They have not changed the way they do business at all. Is they're engaging that person, they are creating solutions for problems, but they're making that person feel special. And when they make them feel special, what? Word of mouth is the best advertising ever. And so when you make up your mind, you're going to become very determined. When she had the shift in her mind, she found out what the problem was. She got help for it. She got determined. See, determination can go 1 of 2 ways. I just determined I'm going to sit in my rear end here and just think about it and watch TV and eat Oreo cookies. Oh, that's small determination. Or you can be determined to go make it happen to the next level, but to be the first one to break the generational curses, go make millions of dollars. And what you're doing now, you brought up a valid point, is what you're doing now. If what you're currently doing now don't have the ability to make you $1 million in the next 10 years, you might need to listen to what the rest of us are doing. Because the hardest $1 million you ever make is your first one. The second one is you become more expectant of it. And the third one, you start to really expect it, and it becomes a new way of life. It's when you do it. That's why you're with the company for 20 years. I'll be here in the next 20 years. Again, we'll be in my total 40 years. But see, And something else you said, it really stuck out to me. You were presented with a problem. And I bet you've prayed for blessings, have you not?
Oh yeah.
God ain't your genie. And God don't let me just win the lottery. No, every time that I hear a person like her break through the next level, God, this is what I'm looking for. He presents you with a problem, and you're a problem solver. You conquer the problem, and within the problem is where that is where your blessing lies. So you have to prove yourself, because in the whole deal, you're gaining more maturity as we grow through the problem. If you're going to the next level, you have to grow to the next level. You just can't go there. So whoever told you this is going to be easy to make $1 million was easier than what I did for a living, even though I did very well in the banking business. This is easier. You know, why is it easier? Well, right now, my daughter is my wife, my dog, everybody's right here. And I'm sitting at my kitchen table where I've been sitting for the last 2 years, and we still make it happen, but we're developing to the next level. And you cannot put a price on making memories with who you love most, your family. The little girl, I've been in there 43 years with the same little girl. The other 2 little girls, I've been a full-time daddy, mommy for 20 years. We hadn't missed any memories. I didn't have to, and I got to sit at home and make millions of dollars. That is not a joke, but see, it's right here. Determine what your problem is. Ask God for your blessing, and he's going to present you another problem, but within the problem lies a seed of an equal or greater benefit of your solution that creates that you unmask the blessing. Blessing ain't like winning the lottery. Regardless of what your preacher told you or your financial whoever, this is real, this is big, and this really works. And 4 and 1, you've got it easier than I've ever had it in my 20 years of being here. I've never been paid to get my own loyal customers. I've never been paid to help you really develop to that kind of money up front. And it's not a company on planet Earth that's paying out $500 in fast starts and a $3,500 Christmas bonus. Shame on you if you don't earn your $3,500 Christmas bonus. Shame on you. That means you're not really serious. You're going to treat it like a hobby. But on the flip side, if you make up your mind, find 3 people you want to help get this done. I'm going to go all in with 3 people that really want to get committed to it. You sponsored 6, you found 3 that got committed. The other 3, they might get committed later. You never know what happens in their lives. But when you make up your mind, it's a conscious decision. Most people are making emotional decisions, and you're going to wait till tomorrow, which is nothing more than a generational curse that you're bringing forward, but you're passing it forward as well. So when you make up your mind, this is what I'm going to be at Disney. If I'm going to make $3 grand and take my kids to Disney, that's what we're going to do. You know why? Because once you get a taste of freedom, life is never the same. You will not be satisfied being a district manager for whoever. You won't be satisfied if you're the COO. For most people, you want to be a CEO, but most of you playing in the EIEIO, and that's what Farmer in the Dale, there was a little rhyme. And so when you make up your mind, I'm not no longer be the EIEIO, I'm going to be the CEO. And there's a hell of a big difference is how you conduct your day, how you invest your time from where you are to where you're going. If you don't know where you're going, you're going to be eating Oreos, watching TV, and you're ever expanding posture in a lazy boy recliner, and you're thinking you're the CEO, but you're just the EIEIO. How have you been here for 20 years? Now, I've been through a lot of adversity in my life. I've been very sick. They said you're going to die, but I would lay in there in that recliner when I couldn't walk, and I had a phone. Every time y'all called me, even the statement you made at the beginning here, when people like her would call, that did more for me than I could ever do for you, because it plugged me in, took me from where I was to where I needed to go, to some place that I knew I was going to get, create the destination, and I was going to be there. I love the way you sell your wraps or your samples. You opened my mind up to a whole bunch of things. So if she can make 1950 in 30 days, why can't you make at least 950? It's because you've chosen to be complacent and sit where you are, and you're hoping it's going to happen. And I do a lot of host to post. I'm beginning to get very good at it, but I still see this phone right here. I still pick this thing up and call people. It's kind of like the blitzing. And so if you're just hoping it's going to happen, you're just hobbying it, and you just, God, if you'll just, I'm sorry to tell you, it ain't going to happen unless the winds of fate is blowing your way that one day, and all of a sudden you stumble into a guy like me that just will go all crazy in, or you stumble into Heather or Carissa, or you stumble into some of these people and said, no, we want it. We're going to take it and run with it. You'll have seen a good day, but the chances that happens are going to be slim and none. But here, I'm going to tell you how to go get it. Become that person. Become that radical change agent in your life. Become something nobody can predict at this particular point. See, most everybody's predictable. You can tell it in the conversation, the way they word it, and what they're going to do. They just never get it done. But see, the day you start getting it done, you become unpredictable. And people are like, what is different about you? Well, I'm going to stop hanging out with you so much because I'm going over this way. And I know you don't want to go. And I'm not going to pull the dead weight with me. And I'm not going to let you hang on to me to go to the top. And a lot of people want to get caught up in the draft and make it happen. But here's what I love about teamwork. Everybody has to make a contribution to your position, and you have to execute that position. You can no longer be in the stands because this is going to run off and leave you in the next 12 months. Carissa and I found out some things today that's fixing to really go to the next level with some stuff that I would love to tell you, but I'm not going to tell you, not yet. And so it's going to take you to the real next level. And so, but bottom line is you have to make the conscious decision now. You can tell me how great you was from a while ago to the day you were born and who did what and flex your muscles and go back when I was in school and I played ball. That's what the old men do. They sit around and tell they tell lies that are bigger than the next guy. They're toppers on what they're going to do and what they could do, what they used to do. But you could do it again now. You never get too old. You're never too nothing to get started right now to create the comeback story. Take the pen and start making your comeback. And this time it's going to be a blockbuster. It's one thing that I understand, and I do remember the phone call. I really remember. And so when you make up your mind that from this very second forward, it's going to be different. You're going to walk different. You're going to talk different. You can read anything you want to. You can listen to whatever you want to. But until you take the action, nothing ever happens. She told you the ups and downs of this deal. But she also told you when she made up her mind to get back in the game and take the necessary actions to take it to the next level. It's called the law of reciprocity. And now the law of reciprocity is kicking in. And that means when she come into somebody else's life and she helped make something of consequence happen, it just reciprocates back into her life. But I see now for what she told me, it's flowing through her life to the next level. That circle begins to get bigger. Now you create this monster tornado as to where you're going. And listen, you'll always be blessed in direct proportion for the quality of efforts expended. You can't do that being the E-I-E-I-O, eating Oreos and watching TV and tell us what you used to do, what you gonna do. And well, just no, every bit of that, those words come is an excuse to hold you back. That is nothing more than a generational curse that's held you back your whole life. I don't care how good you think you are, even myself. Now I'm included in all this. But you'll learn to get up every day and you have a new way of life. Do you want a new life? You have to have a new way of life. And when you have a new way of life, you have new actions, you have things. And everything she told you right tonight, she's doing nothing more than enriching and adding value to other people. She's enriching lives. Along the way, she's adding value. But the one thing that I'm really excited, she's in a place of a destination right now with her children, with her husband. But she took her time out with making memories with her family so she could help you, inspire you to go make memories with yours. And so, and some of you, I know you're just one or two customers away from knocking out your cycles and getting your fast starts on Friday. I would go to sleep until I got it done. But that's just the difference between me and being able to know what's going to happen and where we are really setting. So if you're talking to a financial planner and he's going to tell you what the future's like, what is he doing? Or what is she doing? She's casting a vision for where we're going. So tonight I want to cast the vision based off of everything she told us. She's been with us for a very long time. She told you exactly what you need to do to get started to lay that foundation. But if you understood the Zooms we were on today for casting this particular vision for where we're going to be between now and maybe the end of the month, and from things that's going to happen in like 5 weeks, that's going to happen to the end of the year, make up your mind. This will be the best Christmas you've ever had. This will be the best one you've ever had. But then this one will be the worst one you've ever had because next year it's going to be even better. And so you have to take ownership of your life in that particular magnitude. And all the stuff she said, the most exciting thing is she's getting the product in front of people like we used to. So why aren't we blitzing any longer? Why aren't we? The wrap is still the hottest thing on earth. The gummy's the hottest thing on earth. Why aren't you going up to people and letting them know what you got? Used to, I gave out 25 blitz cards every day. I wouldn't even come home if I hadn't gave out the 25 blitz cards. I just wouldn't. You know why? I had an accountability partners with my two little girls. Daddy, did you do it? Yeah, he did. And we did sometimes we do 3 or 4 wrap parties in a day. I don't do wrap parties any longer. But see, this thing is a lot easier than it used to be. So don't make this easy. So don't make it hard on yourself. Define your why. And when you define your why, you're laying foundation and you go after it with blinders on. And one thing else she said, she's got a cross-line sister, so double down. If she's on here tonight, it's her accountability partner for 30 minutes a day. That's blinders on. I can't see to the left or right. All I can see is I'm going forward, and there is absolutely no rearview mirror in charging forward. How do you really want to live life by the end of the month? What kind of foundation are you going to set up to live life by the end of the year? So right now, you're setting up to win 2022. Don't wait like every other broke loser in the world. Well, I'll make my New Year's resolutions on New Year's. Bullshit. You're going to make it right now. You make it right now. You start working toward it. So when you hit New Year's, you're in momentum, and you're headed to the next level, to the next wave. And you're creating what a draft is going to impact and enrich other people. It says it. It's very biblical. And I'm a preacher's son, very raw one. But here's what I'll tell you. When you create that momentum and you're enriching other people's lives, there's not a better thing in the world. See, what God started with the 12 disciples, only 3 of them ever did anything. The rest of them are losers or backstabbers or sellouts or whatever. They are quitters. And he took 3 of them boys and he started Christianity, and they've tried to stamp us out a lot of years in a lot of different ways. And a lot of people come to the forefront. And I'm not going to argue religion with you, but you can't stop it. They've tried. It's not going to happen. But when you really realize where you are, this is the blessing you've been praying for tonight. You're on a Zoom, and we have the privilege to have Heather on here, taking her special time out to just be raw and real. And when you got somebody to pour into you like that, I would feel so ashamed of myself if I didn't take it. And don't go to bed till you get your 30 messages sent out. Just don't. And I like the way you posture yourself. I do so many in the morning, I do so many in the evening, and the rest of the time I'm not going to sit on my phone all day long, because see, I like to play. I have a disease and I hadn't told anybody, and it's incurable. I cannot be cured. It's called Peter Pan syndrome. I like to play, and I'm not going to ever get rid of that disease. And because of Mark Pentecost Networks Global, I've been playing a long time in all parts of the world with my 2 little girls and my wife. But there's a lot of other people, because we never quit. I'm going to tell you this story because I've never told you, Heather. I'm the 4th generation firstborn from a farm in Virginia. My grandfather fought under General George Patton. Some of my guys have heard this many times. And I'm going somewhere with the story. And I got all the medals that my grandfather acquired during his years in service fighting under General Patton. I said, how'd you get those? And he talked about leadership, how he kept everything in order, shine shoes, his brass was always shine, his uniforms was just pinpoint perfect. Because he was a leader. And then we got to the last 3, and he got real, we were talking about unconditional love and all that kind of stuff. And we got to the last 3 medals. And I said, how'd you get those? And he got really, his attitude changed. I said, come on, they're mine. I'm the firstborn. And he said, well, I had to actually kill people. Now, we was talking about love and leadership a while ago. Now, I'm around 5, I ain't understanding it. And he told me why and how he had to do it, and the things that he had to put his life on the line to acquire those medals. I didn't do it for the medals. They mean absolutely nothing to me. I said, how did you do it? He said, for the love of your grandmother, the love of your father, I knew you were coming. And my daughter's getting married next month. I had all sisters and daughters, and I love them to death. But she told me she's gonna have me a grandson in about 2 years. See, I know he's coming. So I'll work your butts in the ground. I'll work you around the clock. Call me if you're serious. We will work. See, what Crossline does to this opportunity creates solvency. That means it has foundation. We're webbed together. We're all family here. And when we work together, that means we win together. Not just a little group over here and not that little group over there. They mass doing whatever and don't last. I see the numbers. But when you become a developer and we start to win, see, I know my grandson's coming. But see, here's what else I know. I know tonight there's some more loyal customers coming, that this product will change your life. I know there's people out there that's coming that you know right now that you just need to pick up the phone and call. I know they're coming. Why did we not quit in 20 years? You're doing very well, but it's not been easy. It's been really hard. But it's the easiest thing I've ever done to acquire the wealth that we've acquired. You know why? Because I knew y'all were coming. Now, I want you to think like this right now. Who do you know that you can pick up the phone and you know they're coming? and we're going to lay this foundation. We're ready to work and develop them into the next leaders. If you're ever going to acquire consequential money, consequential time, you have to help other people succeed in this business. It can't be about you. See, one is too small of a number to win. It takes all of us to win. It takes an entire team to win. I don't care if you're Michael Jordan or Tiger Woods or whoever. They'll all tell you it took a whole team of us to win. If it was trainers, nutritionists, whatever, it takes us to win. So Heather, I greatly appreciate your time in. I greatly appreciate your story. I greatly appreciate that you took your special time out with your family to be over here to help this family. So you have any closing remarks that we can send them off with into orbit? I know you were on the Zoom with us today. You know what I'm talking about. Anything we can just give them that tidbit to go ahead and go to work tonight till midnight and get back up early in the morning, come right back after. This is your freedom you're fighting for.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm over here feeling like just in awe right now that I'm a speaker on this Zoom, but it's just so good. Like, you guys are so lucky to have this team and to have this leadership, because I'm a one-man band over here, like no layered leadership pretty much between me and corporate. So number one, you guys, if you guys don't take what you hear and what you get poured into from Carissa and Rusty and everybody else in this team, like, you guys do not realize how good you have it. Okay. And they know what they're talking about. Stop the self-doubt, you guys. And I'm saying that with so much love and compassion and so much just honesty of knowing that you can do it, because that was me. Okay. So I'm giving you guys the real raw. I know what you feel. I know what you think. I know you have the doubt. I know you have the fear. But if I can do what I did in September and what I'm continuing to do in October, anybody can. Throw away those excuses. Okay, you guys, make those excuses your why. Okay, and I know we hear it, and it's a cliche in our business, you know, make your why, don't make your, you know, your why your excuse. But it is so true, you guys. Like Rusty said, do you want to make this the best Christmas you've ever had? Or are you going to be sitting there on December 15th when those checks roll out and those bonuses roll out and go, I wish I would have believed in myself. I wish I would have done more. I wish I would have believed it when Heather said I could do it, because here I am. Don't make that your story, you guys. You are creating your story right now. And if I could make the decision like that, okay, so can you. And what's great, you guys, is that I'm proof that I didn't just say okay for a week and then I fell off. I didn't just do really good in September and then I slowed down. I'm going as fast and as hard as I can when I can. You guys, I've heard this before too. Work this business as hard as you can, because there's going to be a time that you can't and the business is still working for you. Okay. It's so true. I saw it with my personally enrolled upline for a very, very long time when she went through life. So you guys, if you're on here tonight, yes, like Rusty said, I want you guys all sending out your 30 messages. Okay. I'm going to ask Carissa, I'm going to be like, did your team do it? Like, did they send out their 30? I'll show Carissa that I'm sending out my 30. I'm doing it even while I'm here at Disneyland, you guys. Send out your 30 tonight. Put your phones down. Pray. Watch your show with your spouse or whoever you do, whatever you need to do. Send out your 30. Have a good time. Wake up in the morning. Okay. Journal in the morning. Show your gratitude. Do your affirmations. And then check your inbox and see what you got, and then send out 30 messages and go do your day. Okay. Just start making this routine. And you guys, if you don't send out 30, send out 10. If you don't send out 10, send out 20. Like, I mean, if I can do 30 in the morning, 30 at night, so can you. But don't be like a all or nothing person. Well, I didn't have time to send out 30, so I didn't do it at all. Just get to work, you guys. And we can all have a comma in our sample cash, and we can all make these fast starts, and we can all take our families where we need to go and pay our bills and pay off debt and all the things we need to do. If I can do it, you can.
Wow. You know, I want to ask you one question. If I let you become mediocre, what does that really say about me as a leader? If you allow other people to become mediocre and not hold them accountable, what's that say about you? Just think about that. Well, guys, I appreciate you being on the call. I love every one of you unconditionally. Heather, again, thank you so much. Whatever you need from us, Carissa sets all this up for Melody and I, and we're 100% all in. Whatever you need. I don't have an upline either. It's just Mark. And so he's not a real
Just
up.
Mark.
Yes, that's just Mark. So whatever you need from us, we're 100% all in, and we'll come after it, and we will reciprocate this blessing back to you. You guys have a good night, and until tomorrow, make this the best evening you ever had, and get you 30 out there. If you was punching the clock and your boss didn't do it, are you going to get fired? You do it. You're working for you now. So be the CEO, not the EIO. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you